Hello. It's Friday. And I'm late. Why? Today I'm late because I've been fixing up my office space. So I decided to go ahead and be 10 minutes late to start really creating this space. Now, clearly it's not done. This is my closet, and I just hung, a beautiful wool throw blanket of my mother's in front of some of my clothes. But eventually, that will be a beautiful vintage cloth decoration over that closet. And since I'm here by myself, I'm going to ramble. That's what I do. Sooner than later, instead of having this temporary, last 2 years and then the plastic cracks, temporary metal plastic jointed closet, I'm going to build a wooden one right there with doors. And then I have my old table desk, which is currently over here, that I can do, previews on and use for packing. But I'm considering figuring out a way to put it on wheels or get one on wheels, a table, and put it here where you can see, a display of the types of things I offer, like you could when I was at my father's. So, and that cupboard / closet is just stacked with all my jewelry. But then you wouldn't know. Over here, there's 2 bookshelves filled with household vintage. And then there's like 4 boxes here and 4 boxes in my workshop. And I think 1 more upstairs, along with, I'm going to be bringing, for anyone who likes this, please tell me in the chat. My father inherited his aunt's, my great aunt, Ho-Ho. Her name was Hilda. I couldn't say that, so I just called her Ho-Ho. My great aunt Ho-Ho's huge vintage, now very, very vintage postcard collection. And I'm going to start bringing packets of those. I also inherited her stamp collection. It is substantial. Now, I don't know anything about stamps, other than that people are serious collectors, but they're looking for, whatever that I don't know about. And that junk journalers use them. So I don't think I'm going to do like a huge deep dive into the stamps unless something really captures my interest as I go through. I will be putting together envelopes and showing you a selection, but they're all very old at this point. So that was my father's aunt, and my father was born in 1937. So she was born, 1910, maybe? I don't know. So, and then she started collecting. So there's some really old stamps in there. Most of them probably have, the stamp postage on them. And I think that brings the value down. But anyway, if you like stamps or you like postcards and that's something you would like to see me bring on Mondays when I do a mixture of jewelry and household vintage items, drop it in the chat. And give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the effort I'm putting into creating this closet. And also, how is the lighting working for you all? We'll see as I show items. I invested in, it's essentially a ring light, huge rectangular above my head. I have to get up and switch the light switch to make it 5 different color modes. but it's really brightened up this space. I couldn't have done it without this light. The lighting in here before was, and I do also have a ring light, so it may be too much. So as we go along, let me know, and I will know if the color is better than usual. So hold on. I'm Lucinda. If you've never been to my channel before, thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. I'm excited. I'm finally have a little bit of energy after, 3 years of caregiving and the deaths of both my parents to create my space. And in creating that space, it makes me excited about my business again and all the different possibilities I'm exploring to expand my business. Yeah. So today is a clearance day of old stock. So was last Friday. These are items I'm going to show, and I'm not bringing them back. Just like last week, Friday, not bringing them back. They're going to be listed on either Whatnot or Knickknacks. Maybe eBay, but I don't think so. I'm also willing to do bundle deals, but you would have to email me. Ooh, excuse me. If you're a reseller, and we'd have to negotiate. Some things I can lower prices on. Some things I can't. They're at rock bottom. Some things I'm willing to take a loss. Noelle. Oh, well, Noelle. Yeah. 100%. I could reach out to Aaron and say, hey, I want to offload a bunch of, ephemera. Do you want to have me on? Couple times in the next few months. But I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds of them. So, but hi, Noelle. Thank you. So it's not going to be show and tell like I would normally do on Fridays, where it's slow and casual and fun. I'm going to hold up an item. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to put in a starting bid or a buy it now and spend it just, and move through. I do not do recaps. If you bid on an item or claim an item, yeah, that's true, Noelle. Yep. And you haven't bought from me before, you will need to email me at that address with your YouTube name, your real name, with shipping address and zip code, because that way I know how to charge you for shipping, and your PayPal email address, and then I ship through Pirate Ship. I generally invoice out after 2 weeks. So the 3rd week, I start invoicing and mailing out. This is actually the beginning of a week 1 of the 2-week build boxes, which saves you on shipping, saves me time on invoicing, saves you on shipping. Why? Because you can put multiple items instead of 1 item and then 2 items and then 1 item. However, I'm counting this as the end of that same week 2 because, again, going back to caregiving, my family home was sold on Wednesday, and I feel untethered, and I had to do a lot of crying and processing that, and I'm not done. But so I chose not to invoice. I did do a post about it. I will be getting all of whatever is claimed here and all of that backlog, which isn't a lot, out over this weekend. And Monday, I will be back with my mix of vintage and jewelry. All vintage. Okie dokie. All right. So my animals are in here because I'm not out there. They're crazy. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. And thank you so much for choosing to pop in and see what the heck is going on. All right. I have been holding on to this because I love it and asking almost double this. But it's not moving and it's fabulous. I love it. And we're going to move it today. It is 1960s gold glitter with blue and red stars. Lucite bangle. This I had thought was really unusual. And so I kept thinking, is it homemade? Was it made during the war? And in the last week, I've seen 2 other lucite bangles with this kind of dip down. So it was mass produced. It's not homemade. Oh, and y'all yell at me. Noelle, yell at me. Highlight, Lucinda, highlight. It is fabulous. It is buy it now 14. So you just put it in to claim. And let's do this the other way around. So this is all stuff that everyone has seen before. I'm not bringing new stuff. I feel like the batteries just died on this because there it is. See the green? The whole thing turns into green. But yeah, the batteries are low. Okay, good heads up. Good heads up for me. It's a really spectacular bangle, $14. These are really collectible right now. They're very hot and trending. It's a lovely piece year round. Fits me 7.25, 14. Just put bracelet. Okay, remember these items aren't coming back and I don't do recaps. I'm pretty sure I'm going to, like I said last Friday, I'm going to do like hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes on Mondays. And then I'm going to take a 45-minute break and go right on Whatnot and sell everything that hasn't sold on Whatnot. Like a 2-hour, just repeat. Because this is my business. This is my only income. So I got to move it. If I don't sell stuff and make a profit, I can't keep buying new stuff, right? Like, yeah. So, okay, this is another buy it now for $15. How's everyone's Friday? Got good plans for the weekend? Peaceful plans? No plans? Gonna bake a pie? Gonna go to the beach? Gonna stay home? And again, let me know if the light is too bright now, if it's washing out the colors or if it's just right. This is a 2-stranded, restrung, vintage cloisonne bracelet with all different types. I do think this is one of 2 things. It's either, let me see if this is too much. No, that needed to be on. Okay. It's either very old or newer. And I have not been able to figure it out. I mean, it is indeed crushed glass. That is really out of focus. It is cloisonne. It is crushed glass with the wire. I really like this big bead. And they're all different. And it's really nice filigree work. See that? That's really nice. It's all different. And these are natural pearls dyed copper, strung on metal. So they're all different. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to spend lots of time on this. All different colors and sizes. And I've never seen these rectangle ones. Sorry, it is a funky newer closure. It fits my wrist, so it's a 2.5. If nothing else, this right here, for any crafters out there, you can take apart this whole thing and reuse these beads and the pearls. And fact of the matter is, like this one, I love it. Fact of the matter is, I'm probably going to do that because I'm going to start making some jewelry because I've always liked doing art, and I'm going to start doing it again. So since no one's claiming it, it's going to the side. And for instance, this is something I've been talking about. So Picasso used to come on, and we used to talk about a place called Laces that sold Victorian Czechoslovakian beads and lace, and they're very expensive. They still exist. It's in Berkeley, North Berkeley. This is some of the beads that I would buy. Now that is definitely not the right color. Wow. Ooh, that's bad. This is cobalt blue and amethyst red. And to give you an idea, a strand of beads like this cost about $50. So I'm thinking that I'm going to start making things and bringing them for sale because I have all the fancy tools and the findings and bindings, and yeah, it would give me something fun to do. So I'm going to put this, I just wanted to show you all that because I've been talking about it for so long. I'm going to put the cloisonne over there with those beads, and we will move on. Noelle, do you have any big fancy plans? I don't. I'd like to go over to the ocean, but today has been so windy. I mean, crazy windy. It's not cold, but it's not warm. And all along the coast here in Northern California, there's loads of power outages because the wind is so high that they're doing the emergency power shutoffs. So I don't know that this weekend is a good time to go to the beach unless you like to be like all dressed up and have a hood pulled over your face and sand in your eyes. And yeah, I don't. We'll see what happens. Okay. This is a start. I am oh, hey, little thing. I'm not good with technology. Something's always being typed in incorrectly by me, or I dip out of comments and go into the banner or something crazy. This starts at $30, and I paid more than that for this. It's worth every penny, but it is time to move it. I don't want more brooches. I have loads of these. This is beautiful. This is check glass. I suspect it's a D&E piece. And any of you who've been here, you've seen it many times. That's why I'm done. Dark green, light green. This down here, these are lilac. Really beautiful gold tone. I would say 1960s, well, late 50s. The pin comes through. It's really good quality. We've talked about it many, many times. See the lilac there and the lilac there. And these are that dark grass green that's up here. This is an olive, and this is like a medium green. It is 2.5 inches. Let's see if you can see it. See, that's that's better. Okay, so I got my poodle and my pink cat's eye vintage bead earrings on. But this would work with that. We could work it. Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful brooch. And $30 is as low as I can go. And I'm losing $10. But it's worth $40. It's worth $50. And I'm just trying to show you, like I said, I don't want to take a lot of time. It's the stones are cut really well. I just want to show you the pin back going through. There it is. Unsigned. But D&E Juliana mostly wasn't signed because she worked with so many designers. Now, this piece is going to go over here in my think about if I'm going to actually now keep it. Something I don't need to do. I buy things for myself, but I mostly buy to resell. I have so much jewelry. Okay, this is going to start at 19. Thank you all. Ooh, I just lost more than half my people. I'm going to stop talking about that thing. I don't I don't understand people dipping in and out. And it could be like me. The wind is so bad here that and with all the power outages on the coast at the ocean, I'm only 45 miles as a crow flies from the coast. So I keep waiting for my power and my internet to go off. Thankfully, I have everything I need. And I can totally survive without power like forever if I needed to, except that I would not have movies or the internet unless I ran a generator. So I'd be doing a lot of book reading, and that's okay too. Now, see, I do think, Noelle, if you're still here, please tell me what color this is coming across as, or anyone else who would like to say hello. What color do you see? I've also figured out that often on YouTube, it's perfectly fine and it's just my computer. But since I have this whole new light setup, I want to know, yes, like a dark lavender, Noelle, or is it a light lavender? Because it's a very dark purple, and that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that it's not showing. See that it's dark with silver glitter inset. These are hand blown light. Yeah, see, it's dark. Okay, let's see if I can. Does that help, Noelle? I think that changed the color quite a bit. At any rate, it's really beautiful. I'll get the colors right. It may be that I need to stand up and change the light. It's very long. I'll give you the length. They are vintage blown beads with silver spacers. It's just a silver tone, basic clasp. It has about a 2-inch extender. So the beads are vintage, but I believe they were restrung. I don't think this was the original clasp nor the original extender. It just doesn't feel right. So it's about good, Noelle. Okay. I still think I need to mess with the overhead light. It is about 16 inches long without using any of the extender. It's a really nice length, and it's really pretty. It's nice and cool on my neck, and the silver inside gives it a beautiful sparkle. So it's about 16 inches long on my neck, but I'll go ahead and give you a measurement. And each bead is unique. Each bead, the inside silver crackle part, is totally individual, and that's how I know they're hand blown. So 7. I'm in a good mood today, y'all. 14. Well, when I measure it without the extender, it gives me about 17 inches. So, 17, 18. Really nice. Think about it. Matches lots of eye colors. 19. Yeah. And each one of these beads is, I'm curious now. I got to stop putting this ruler so far away. 2/3 of an inch in diameter. Pretty big. Okay. So this is going down. Remember, I don't do recaps. And all of this will be, probably I'm going to do live sales on Whatnot. Yep. I just never really wanted to go that route because they take a fee and everyone wants fast. They don't have to pre-upload everything and yada, yada, yada. And I'm an old lady. So I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. We'll see how far I get with that. Okay. How am I going to do these? Let's do this one. Let's do this one first. This seems easier. Okay. This is whoops. Thank you all for being here. This is a screaming deal for this. But I've had it since I started selling on eBay within 6 months of eBay even coming into existence. So I've had it a long time, and it is time, and it's worth a whole lot more than what I'm asking, but I can't hold on to it. Y'all, I have to let go of it. I'm just double checking because last time I said incorrectly. Yes, it's a set listener, copyright listener. It is a bracelet and necklace with the thermoset lucite. Yep, thermoset. Exactly, Noelle. This is really inexpensive. You can see where the yellowing has started to occur because this is from the early 50s, but you do not see it when it's on. That's the underneath, the way underneath part. The bracelet it would be tight on my wrist. So therefore, I would like to say that it's a 7, size 7, or you could go as small as a 6.5, ladies. If it was a 6.5, it would fall down to about here, but you can make it that small. I love the carving. That's hand carving, those little spaces. So that's the bracelet. And then this is the necklace. Same exact design. The carving. Here's the back. Here is the beautiful chain with the, well, Noelle's got it with the hook. I don't blame you, Noelle. The hook closure. I just finished showing everyone. And then this with the ball chains, about 3 inches. And it is sold to Noelle. Noelle, let me type that in. Noelle, I have coveted this, as you know, or I wouldn't have kept it in a box for over, God, it's been in a box for 25 years, 24 years. And I, as a listener with the bracelet and necklace, I know that that's what it's worth, probably almost double. Okay, thank you, Noelle. Listener set 24, Noelle. Okay. And it's even, Noelle, check this out, man. Nobody cares about my old address because I don't live there anymore. Look how old, this is the box it came in. Insured, first class, $2.36. Yeah. Wow. And you had to send checks back and forth and wait for the check to clear. Oh my goodness. All right. So sold items are going to go over there. Here's my other new dolly. Let's put that over there. My dog insists. Thank you so much, Noelle. You'll find it, Noelle. You'll find it. Although I find the white color to be a little bit harder to find than, the more eye-catching. Well, this isn't, it's not really white. It's like a cream half and half, if you will. I don't know how to explain it. But Noelle, girl, you have like a museum quality collection. I have faith in you. Okay. This, I love this to death. I married 2 pieces together, and you could unmarry it and, do something different. It is a vintage. I believe it originally had probably a crucifix on it, although it's very short for that, but that's all I can think of. I mean, that's all I can think of. Here is the clasp. And then these beautiful. Okay, I'm going to get up. Hold on. I'm going to see. Hold on. This is the only thing that I don't like about this. Nope. I want more of a blue. Well, let's try that. Okay. See what I mean? I don't even know if you guys could tell that was going on. Okay. Now, so this is a periwinkle blue. And they are hand blown. And in each bead is these lines. Like with white. Like as you would spin it. As you're blowing them, they have these beautiful lines with white. They have silver filigree cap, silver tone. Different sizes. Here's the bottom. It's a shorter piece. And it's, I gotta figure out, the light is Well, that's better. So there you go. That's more true to the color, although it's still a little darker. So at the bottom, there was nothing on the bottom. I would say this is probably from the 50s. I mean, the 60s, excuse me. On the bottom was nothing. So I put a pewter angel on the bottom. I think it's really appropriate. It matches beautifully. Just a little pewter. Nice, thick, gorgeous angel. It's short. So let's show it to you on one of my new. So I have one of these I call Dolly. So this is going to be Maxine. This is Maxie. But I like Maxine better. Here's how it would look hanging. And I suspect that it would come, the angel would come to right about here. So about with the angel, about 20. Without the angel and the dangle, probably 18. The beads are just stunning. Definitely European. Okay, by now 19. Alrighty then. Moving on, I'll put it back in because I do want to get through a lot. This will go to whatnot. So that just means I'm going to be doing 3 sales a week. But you know what? And I may not get to whatnot, for a couple weeks, but that's okay because I'm going to get there. So anyone who's just coming in, I don't do recaps. So this is a clearance. If there's something you think you might be interested in, and, I don't do previews for Friday, you can go back and zip through and then drop in the chat that you want such and such and what the price was, and it's yours. I can do this on this piece. Would you sell that without the angel? Well, I would, Noelle. I mean, you want me to take the angel off, Noelle? I mean, I put it on. I can take it off. So if you want me to do that, Noelle, yeah, I could take the angel off. The reason I put the angel on is because I don't have any vintage crucifixes. So I was like, well, I have this angel. That's the next best thing. Okay. So hold on. Yeah, I'll take it off. Hold on. Thank you, Noelle. You sure you don't? Do you want sold to Noelle for what the heck did I say? 19. Noelle, just to make that official, and then I'll put this back up. Do you want the angel separately? If you still want the angel, I can take it off and send it, or I can keep it and use it on something else. Just let me know. Okay. Okie dokie. So this starts at 23. I love this. I've been, and this is, I'm making a couple dollars. This is likely from the 70s, possibly late 60s. It is a piece of, well, I believe it's some kind of resin or acrylic with many different colors and shapes of abalone, right? Mother of pearl, and then just the white mother of pearl in this beautiful, like, kind of moon goddess is where my mind goes on this lovely 6-strand copper beaded necklace. And they even made the small hole here, 2 strands going through there that connect and weave into this strand. It's really, it looks very high class. And then they come together and they made a loop on a mother of pearl closure. Yeah, someone, I don't think this was mass produced. I could be wrong, but it's absolutely stunning. This is a big pendant. I would say it's probably about 2 inches in diameter. And the length, you can gift it to you, Noelle, or to someone else. I'm sorry. Well, yes, I'm sorry. Noelle, to you or to someone else? So you want me to keep it and give it to someone else? Use it for something else? Well, okay. So this beautiful beaded strand, this takes a lot of work to do. I had a friend who did beadwork and sold it, made a living off it, and this took a lot of work. So this is 18, and then with the drop, about 22. I think it's, look, it matches my shirt perfectly. If I didn't have these earrings on. Yeah, starts at 23. It's really nice. Now, I'm just going to assume that you mean, and here's the back of the little button closure and the loop. Really nice. Oh, I don't know if I showed the back of this. See, here's the back. It's not heavy. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, this is going down. So honestly, if anyone watches on the replay, you can claim these items through Monday. What the heck is Monday? The 23rd of June. Yep. And then they're going elsewhere, moving on. Thank you, Noelle. Look at my hair. What happened now? Lord only knows. Hair, women in hair. Okay. I appreciate everyone being here and looking. All right. I have had this for years. I have been trying, and I give up. They will sell over on Whatnot. All these mangles sell like hotcakes. This is a carved Bakelite dark cherry red. See, I don't think it's showing dark cherry red. Like that. With the white underneath. See, here is that off-shaped concave look. I guess it started during the war and carried on for a while. It is tested positive for Bakelite. It is the dark cherry red. And it fits me. So it's a 7.25. Bakelite. Buy it now. $13. Okay. Going down. Shows as... No, well. This is showing as bubblegum pink. Noelle? Good Lord, are you serious? This is terrible. Wait a minute. See, now I have to turn on my phone me live because that's crazy. Okay. There's a lag. There's a big lag. Come on. Okay, I see it as the true colors. Oh my Lord, that okay. Okay, but it's a polished cherry red, if that helps at all. But on my YouTube, it's showing just fine. And there is like a 20-second lag. So I will be mindful of that, y'all. Okay, thank you, Noelle. All right, this is going down. This will go on whatnot. This. Thank you, though. I appreciate you telling me. Oh, there is a thing in this house that is freaking me out, you guys. I will tell you in a minute. This is a buy it now of 6. It is like a 70s gold tone, smooth, burnished, gold flecked, smooth, polished bangle. I think I might also see, there you go. I'm too close to the computer. That's the other problem. Let me move it a little further away. There's the seam. There's no maker. Is that where the seam is? That's not where the seam is. I don't know what that's about. I've never even noticed it before. It's just a really nice, you see how all the different, so it's kind of like a flecked color. Buy it now, 6. Fits on me. Ooh, pretty. That looks good with my glass bracelet that Muppets gifted me. Wow. 7.25, $6. That looks good. I like that. Okay. Buy it now, 6. Going down. Can claim through, what did I say, Monday the 23rd. And that's it. Then they're going on whatnot. So you know what I have in my house? I had finished getting as much as I could of this area together so I could sell in my new office. And my cat kept making all these crashing sounds over by my wood stove. And I made a little fire today because the wind is howling. So it's a little chilly in here. Now it's too hot. And she was behind the fan under this metal, creeping around, batting at things. And I was like, what the heck is she doing? What is going on? She's going to, hurt herself. And so I moved the fan, figuring it was like a spider or whatever, and I wanted to kill it before it could bite her. It's a tiny baby snake, like about that big. What kind of snake? Where did it come from? How did it get in here? Why is it in here? I don't know. But man, I am not happy about this at all. And I'll tell you why. I mean, I read a post from some neighbors somewhere in this valley about a lot of baby rattlesnakes out there right now. And so in my mind, of course, I immediately go to doom and gloom of like, oh my God, there's a baby rattler in my house and my cat's going to get killed. And I can't get the snake out. I'm not a snake charmer. So I don't know what to do except just pray and wear shoes for now when I walk around. So this is a 4-strand hand knotted in between every third bead on cotton string, white and yellow milk glass necklace. It does it have, it just has this, it's early 50s. Just got the most rudimentary hook. And that's why I say early 50s, because we used all our metal during the war. And so right after the war ended and we went back into production, materials on some things were a little skimpy. It has the little filigree caps, and it has about a 1.5-inch milk glass extender with the large ball on the end. It's a really nice, and this yellow milk glass is not a color I see that often. And you see the cotton cording hand knotted. That's a sign of quality work and earlier vintage, 50s and earlier. And even though there is no place that it says that it is, I have West Germany vibes with this. It very much reminds me, even though, of course, well, they would have been affected by the war. But that's the vibes that I get, is West Germany. So using the extender, it's like this on me. 16 inches. And I think it's just a perfect length. And like I said, yellow milk glass is unusual. Start $12, y'all. Y'all, I feel like Ryan Hall. Okay, it's going away. It's going away. Remember, I don't do recaps. Okay. What else is going on? Okay. Thank you everyone for being here and looking. This is a buy it now of 6. I believe this is not the original card these came on. Most things you get, unless the vendor, the reseller knows that it's new old stock. Most of the cards are just cards they have to display their earrings, and they just throw them on. They buy them by the dozens. These are 2. They're very different, except they're carved the exact same. I think they're lucite. They may just be a type of acrylic. Tortoise shell pierced earrings. Probably from, I'm going to assume, the 70s, maybe the 80s when amber came in. It's hard. These are hard to tell. They're hard to date. Here's the back. Pierced earrings. And they are a deep brown with the tortoise shell. They are not a clear brown. They're a deep brown. I'm going to really have to work with this light to figure out how to make that correct. Because see, this one, let's shine the black light on it. This one is really looking very tiny bit of green, but mostly really a tiny bit. Yeah. I'm thinking the 80s, but these are brown, but the light shining through, and there's a good, like that. Y'all know I like plastic, and it's actually really popular right now. They're a little less than an inch in diameter. I think they're sexy, but that's okay. Gone. Just like that. Poof. Poof. Gone. My dog is sitting over on the ground. just staring at me like I'm crazy. Let's see. What is this? I'll do that in a second. Oh, well, okay. Start at 16. It's a piece I've had around for a long time, longer than, it was in my box. This is definitely a late 60s, maybe early 60s. Probably late 60s, early 70s. It is hollow gold tone metal, again with the tortoise shell plastic. Each one is different, and this one is lighter. The other one was like root beer. That one's light. This one is a little darker. See, they're all different. It's a necklace. The orangey color is kind of washing the whole thing out. It's very lightweight, but I love this to pieces. That helps. There you go. That helps. Starts at 16. Let's show it on Maxine. Yeah. I love this. And quite frankly, I would pair this with those pierced earrings. I would. And you would have a set. Because even though the back of those earrings were silver tone, you're not seeing the back in any way. You're just seeing the root beer tortoise shell, and then that's what you're seeing here, the gold and the root beer tortoise shell. And how long is this one? I'll do a measurement. Again, matches what I'm wearing perfectly. I don't wear enough gold necklaces. I need to start doing that. Yeah, I do. Like, these are hanging gold wires, so it would match what I'm wearing, even though these are pink and whatever. I'm eclectic, so it would work for me. 7, 10. It's a 10 on each side. So yeah, about 20, about right here. Started at 16. I love this. And I love the sound. But that's me. I'm very tactile. And the feel, yeah, that's me. Okay, thanks for looking. It's going away. Going away. Okay, I have this stuff over here, and I have an agenda to get through it all. And I hope to make a few more sales, y'all. Okay. This starts at 15. And if anyone wants to say, hey, that would be nice. Give me a thumbs up. Share me out. That would be awesome. The chat moving beyond me helps the algorithm. I finally got 380 subscribers. I mean, it's only taken 2 years, and I've mostly sold with myself. I, have had a few different partnerships, and I go on other people's channels. I've had, but mostly it's just been me. So here is the clasp. And it does, if I remember correctly, let me be sure about this. Hold on. get back over here. I can't find it now, but I swore that this said gold filled. At any rate, Rose, hello, how are you? So this is a 1970s, very traditional. It is either gold filled or electroplated gold. That Italian kind of herringbone, I think is what we used to call it. Although I'm not quite sure if this is herringbone or not. Long gold chain. There's nothing on the bottom. I was going to take a single vintage earring I had and make it, put it on this and make that a drop, but it wasn't going to work out, so I abandoned that idea. I can still keep this. It's very long. Everyone wore them in the 70s. I can still keep this and put some kind of drop on it. But if any of you have a cameo, a brooch that is also a pendant, and you want to wear, this would come down to about here on you. So the pendant is going to drop right into this. Here's your opportunity to have a gorgeous 70s gold plated, I think the pattern is herringbone, necklace for start at 15. Okay, so think about it before it's too late. There's nothing wrong with it. It's nice. Okay. How are you, Rose? You have any weekend plans? And I think I'm actually going to put this also to the side, and I'm going to find something and put a drop on it. Okay. This has been sitting. And I think I know why, but I really like it. I wouldn't have bought it. I don't buy things I don't like. When I first started selling on YouTube Live, I went with the crowd and I bought, like everything and anything from thrift stores that was vintage, that, even if there was only 3 plates instead of 4, yada, 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 and listed it all on eBay, and also brought it to my live sales, and quickly discovered that I didn't like that stuff. And because I didn't really like it, it wasn't really selling because I didn't have a spark of joy. And people really didn't want it. And then people really didn't want heavy items because of shipping. And so about 1/3 of the stuff that I bought in the beginning, I gave it all back because it's just not worth it. Now, this piece, these are hand-blown, hand-painted porcelain beads. It is green and mauve over white. They are different shaped beads. Every single one, they are vintage. Every single bead is unique. The only thing that I can imagine as to, and I've never seen one like this anywhere else. The only reason I can think of, so they have a rod and then they loop onto the next one, which loops onto the next one, which loops onto the next one. They just have that piece of metal and then they crimp it and they crimp it and they crimp it and they crimp it. The only reason I can think of why this hasn't sold is because people don't like dark green and mauve. I don't know. I think it's beautiful. It's very long. Each bead is unique. And the clasp is this like double wire shepherd's hook. I'll take it off and show you, and I'll show you how long it is. It's fabulous. It's definitely from Europe, the beads. Thank you, Rose. See that? 50s, maybe early 60s, maybe 70s, but I don't think so. And I know it's European, and the only thing, like I said, that I can think of is that people don't like the color. I don't know. I love the color. And it's long. Let's get my hair out of the way. Boom. Oh, it matches my pink cat's eye. Sorry, I got a hair. So it's long. It comes down to here. So I would say it's probably 30 inches long. Really nice. And could you double it? Yes. You could put this on with without doing the hook and double it, and then do the hook in the front and then maneuver it around so that you had 2 loops. You could either do like this and that, or 2, like both right here. You know, use it up. You could tie a knot, whatever you would like. It starts at 24, and that's what I paid for it. That's what I paid for it. Okay. Hey, y'all. Guess where I'm going to be next Wednesday? So I'm definitely not starting Whatnot next week. You know where I'm going to be next Wednesday? I'm going to sell with Sabrina and Kat. Yes, I am. On Sabrina. Simon says, let's make a deal. Isn't that awesome? I was really honored to be asked to join them in their sale. Really honored. I really like those ladies, and I feel very touched. So that is at 6 o'clock Eastern on Sabrina. Simon says, let's make a deal channel. So if you all follow them, you'll see me there. I think it's really, it's going to be fun. It's just really going to be fun. Okay. This is a buy it now for 13. Had this for too long, and I need new stock. This is Natural Substances. Either we're not allowed to say this on YouTube anymore, according to Steph. I don't, other people do, but I'm just following her lead. It's either B1, B-O, any, or the I word. I think it's B-O, any. And then the black, I believe, is onyx. This is from the 70s. This, you see right here, the little tiny, it's not anything that's missing. It's just part of the natural substance. And this is pieced together. It's cut and pieced together. It's really pretty, and it's large. Hollow brass, 70s for sure. Probably India. I really like it. Here's a good way to see right there. They cut it, and there's just a little piece missing. It is, I think so, Noelle. Oh, yeah, Rose. Oh, my gosh, that took me so back, Rose. It is very large. So I was thinking Yeah. I was like, why is it so large? Is it for a man, like extra large wrist? But Rose, armband. I remember, a little hippie chick wearing the bracelets up here as an armband and scarves and stuff. Interesting thought process there. I like it because I'm a 7.25 wrist, and look how much room is there. And I remember correctly, the inside dimensions is 3 inches. And it's just gorgeous. The white with the orange kind of creamsicle and then the black onyx. Yeah. $13 is a great price. It is. I mean, an armband. How, Rose. There you go. This will sell to it's the like 25 to 35 aged crowd. My daughter's age. She's 36. They're really into vintage jewelry, vintage household, and particularly bangles and brooches right now. So, and they're the group that makes up Whatnot. And a large part of the reason why I didn't want to sell on Whatnot, these need to because they're millennials, right? And Gen Xers, whatever they're, and I'm a millennial. I think that anyway, they have no patience. Like with TikTok and stuff, they just like are in and out, all over. And I'm just like, what? And they want you to show things in 30 seconds. Well, I can't do that. So I'm just going to do it my way and hope for a good outcome. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I mean, I know other resellers, and one is really fast and one is very methodical, and they both do well. Bonjour. Well, hello, precious solids. Nice to meet you. How are you this evening? This is a buy it now for $12. Nice to meet you. I think this is really cool. I believe this is probably from the 80s. And you know me in plastics. It could be from the 70s. It is dark orange. If I come back this way, no. Yeah, it's showing very light, isn't it? Yeah, see, it's not light like that at all. I gotta figure out this is a new overhead ring light type of situation to me, so I gotta figure it out. It is a stretch bracelet. Oh, I really wish it was showing the dark orange, and it's cut, faceted, it's plastic, and it has green gold inside each one. And it is not showing on here for anything. I know, Noelle. Oh, well, Noelle claimed it. Let me put this up. Noelle, it is dark orange. Like peachy orange. And it glows green. Do you see that? Noelle has claimed it, but I just want to show you all. Gosh. There. That's a little better. But Noelle, thank you. Let me get that typed in there. It's a peachy orange. Noelle, at least we've known each other for a while, so I know that Noelle trusts me. Beige lucite stretch. Thank you, Noelle. This is a piece that I've had in my box since I was doing eBay in the beginning. Yep. I'd be a little careful with the stretch, but I know, Noelle, that you mostly covet like I do. Now, where did I put that? Hold on. 1, 2. Oh, Noelle. I did something terrible. Hold on. Oh, this. I put your bracelet in the wrong place. I would have caught it later, but hey, buy it now. For this too has been in my box for a long time, so it is definitely worth more than this, but that's okay. I can't, I have this whole cabinet plus boxes filled with jewelry and boxes and shelves of vintage household. And that is not the goal. The goal is not to be a hoarder. The goal is to sell. This is this lovely, just coming out of the atomic era brooch. Beautiful purple. These are a dark purple rhinestone. Let's see if I come back. Does that help at all? No. Just there. Purple, not red, dark purple and white. Sits up almost like a flower. I love the chains and the dangles, and it is a brooch and a pendant. It is probably an 1.25 inches in diameter. And I love anything that moves like this. I think it's wonderful. And purple rhinestones are not as common. The color, I think it's spectacular. Hey, Fuzz, what's going on, buddy? Well, Noelle. Sold to Noelle. Thank you, Noelle. You guys got to get in here and get ahead of Noelle. Thank you, Noelle. I appreciate you, and I will put this in the right place this time. Buzz, how's it going, my buddy? Buzz, if it was about, by any chance, if you purchase something and you have not been invoiced nor received it yet, it's because I did put a post up, but I find posts are not really read as much as people pay attention to a short, a preview. They go into a live sale, but they don't read community posts. So I don't know. But if you're waiting for something from me, I haven't dealt with it. This is my close of week 2, even though last week was, because my family home was sold on Wednesday, and I knew it was coming, and some other stuff was going on with the estate, and I just, I couldn't deal with invoicing, which is not like a wonderful excuse or whatever, but it's what I got. It's it's my reality. My dad's been gone 3 months, and my mom, it'll be 3 years in a week. And July 4th weekend, we're spreading his ashes where we spread my mother's. So I just got a lot going on, but I will be invoicing out this weekend for everything in the last 3 weeks, and everything will get out by Wednesday next week, period. Okay? Okay, dokie. So if it was something else entirely, then I apologize to everyone who had to listen to me saying all that. Thank you, Fuzz. Yeah, Fuzz. I mean, we're at that age where, you know, yeah. Yeah, I was, you know, I lived with them for 3 years, almost exclusively, especially the last 2 years of my father's life. So it's been a whole thing, but any of my regulars know that. So this starts at 16. I love this. This is some incredible pop-in sparkle rhinestones. They are good quality. On this, it's about 1.5 by 1.5, almost 2 inch. Look at the stones. I mean, this is an older heart, and I've talked about this before. I'm not going to talk about it a lot. Here's the back. It has hearts cut out in the back. I love that. To me, this jump ring is really odd, and I do not think it was original to this piece at all. Look at that. The chain, I believe that was original. I believe this is from the 60s. It is a very long chain. I'll show it on Maxine in a moment. Yeah, Fuzz, I don't know. I just, you know, yeah, it's a whole thing. I need to write a book. There is the 2-inch extender, and the chain itself, I mean, the heart is incredible. This, I mean, if I was going to do anything, and I could, I would take this jump ring off and I'd put a smaller one. But, you know, I didn't make this, so. So here on Maxine, you see how long it is? Yeah, and that's without the extender. So I'm going out on a limb and saying it's probably about 33 inches. How are you tonight, Fuzz? I'm sorry about your mom, Fuzz. We are at that age and we're all going through it in various ways or have been through it, but that doesn't make it any less difficult. So see, it comes down to here. So the chain, about 28, and then with this, 30 to 32. It's a really nice piece. Interesting. Getting shorter. I have not, I haven't been paying attention to what people are wearing because I'm, like in terms of modern jewelry, because first I was 2 years just, you know, dealing with my dad and there all the time. And then now I'm, you know, up at my homestead in the middle of nowhere. And while I can go out and I do things and whatnot, I'm also very, like just kind of focused on doing whatever I need to do and getting home. I'm not really noticing details yet. Oh, I see what you're saying, Fuzz. Yeah. I'm not noticing details, and I'm telling you I need to start. Well, I don't need to do anything. I'm grieving, but I know I'm not seeing like the whole picture. God bless America. I just did something weird on the oh, okay. This is, I've had this longer than a year. Yeah, exactly, Fuzz. And you know what? I didn't get that time when my mom died because I had to dive right in and help my father. They were married 65 years. And so I promised myself when my father died that I would give myself the time and the space to grieve them both and to feel however I feel. And that is what I'm doing. This is a beautiful Russian icon brooch. This is from probably the 30s is what I remember. There's a shadow on it. So that is a hand-painted lady with roses and a long, long braided hair with a ribbon and her beautiful, long, like monarch type dress. Actually, she has a crown, but she's a, icon, right? Iconic religious. She's on a swing. So that is hand-painted and then lacquered. And look at the metal work. I've brought this consistently for $30 to $40 because that's how much they're actually sell for on eBay. Look at the crimped cut metal. Here is the pin back. And it is on, I think it's a natural substance. It could be a resin, but it's got lines going through it. I'm trying to show you the lines and epically failing the striations, if you will. Why am I epically failing? I really have to get used to my new overhead light. There, kind of. I believe this is B-O-N-E also. And it's just really beautiful. There you go. Starts at 18. And yeah, every time I brought this lady, it was anywhere from $30 to $40. She's beautiful. Okie dokie. We will put her down. Now, if anyone has come in, I don't do recaps. So if you want to, because I'm not bringing any of this back, it's available until the end of Monday, the 23rd of June. And none of this is ever coming back here. It will be sold on Whatnot Live, but y'all don't go there. So if you want to see what I've already brought, go to the beginning, put your settings on, double time and speed through, and then just drop in the chat that you're interested in such and such. Okay. All right. This I adore. I don't understand how this has not sold. And I haven't brought this as many times as I could, but it's in my basket. So here it is. And I'm not sure. This might be what I paid for it. Yeah. And I could have held on to this for a while longer and brought it another time. Yeah. The hook closure is West Germany. It has about a 1-inch extender. It is plastic. It has these very unique, these are cut down in almost like a squash or a pumpkin with silver crackle. It is gold tone. Like I said, this is stuff I brought recently, so a lot of you have seen this. There is this incredible, like, copper green, multifaceted. There is these speckled green and white beads. There is this huge cut in silver flecked pumpkin bead here. It is like that all the way along. And in between each bead is a tiny what is the word? Glossy gray seed bead. I've never seen colors, and I've never seen beads like these before, or these ever. And that's probably because it's West Germany. West Germany, very high-end vintage plastic costume jewelry like this, early 50s. Really beautiful. And here's what she looks like on Maxine. So this is about 18 inches, and this is 16 without the extender. Isn't that pretty? And it's just so unusual. Yeah, it's one of those unusual ones. You just don't see them everywhere. And I know it's like, oh, it's just one of those plastic whatever. No, it's really not. I've never seen this. I've never seen this. So started at 18. And does it not have a bag? How can it not have a bag? Thank you, Fuzz. I have no idea. How does this not have a bag? Well, I'll put it down here very carefully. Ooh, I have a couple of these left. Okay. Thanks for looking, everyone. It is unusual, Fuzz. Yes, it is. Okay. Fuzz, should I read your email tonight? Is it like alarming or, you know? Is it, are you sending me a pie in the mail for dinner tonight? Oh, okay. Okay, Fuzz. So I think, Fuzz, you might have been the person who bought one of these. And that may be what we were talking about. And I haven't had these that long either, but they're in my basket beside me. So there you go. Choice, buy it now, 11. And I do. Fuzz, wasn't it you who bought, and what kind of pie? That's a good question. Peach with melted cheese. So these are these iconic 1960s, 1970s butterfly shell pins. This one has the red eyes and the antennas standing up. This one doesn't have the red seed bead eyes and the antennas are down. Yep, I thought that was you, Fuzz. And I think Fuzz paid 12 or 13. I'm not sure. And this one is like a swallowtail or a moth with a small shell in the middle of the belly. And this one has a metal back underneath it with a different type of shell and then metal to accent up there. And they're small. They're like not quite scatter pins, but close. And I love them. I love them. And if they don't sell here, actually, they were just in my basket, but I will bring these back another couple times. They won't go on what, not quite yet. They were just in my basket. They're about a little over 1 inch long, each one of them. I love them. And I wear so many brooches, or, you know, I would keep them. Yes, me too, Fuzz. And now you're going to have another one. See, I don't know what's up. This brown color I wore tonight is everything is matching. So that was the choice. And like I said, 11. I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, those were. I don't remember what I brought the other one for. Might have been less. I'm looking at my bag and thinking that I could be charging less, but I'm not sure. They're going to hang out over here and come back to another sale. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I really, if I don't move old stock, I cannot. I think so. I think so, Fuzz. I think I didn't drop it quite enough, but for the clearance, but I also think that's because I didn't mean to have them in the basket. So if they didn't sell right now, it's okay. Buy it now for 16, and that was for this. This was mine. This is something I've had since I think the 80s. I think the like the late 80s. And I believe I found it at a thrift store. I love it. Here's the closure. It's very like late 70s, 80s to me. It is these teeny tiny tiger eye kind of looking chip brown and black beads. Yeah, I really have to work with this light. Hey, you guys. Tug and Maggie. Tug and Maggie. Sorry, my animals are acting up. There you go. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 strands. And then there's these different pink beads. All of them are plastic except for like this light pink one. Sorry, this is glass. They're all vintage. These have gold specks on them. This is plastic. That's plastic. It's the larger blown glass pink ones. Look at the bubbles that are glass, and the rest are plastic. And here's the whole shebang. It's absolutely beautiful. Buy it now for 16. It's really pretty. And again, look how perfect it would go with my poodle pin and these earrings. I don't know what's going on. And there is such a shadow. That's what I have to work with this. So this is what it looks like on Maxine. And it comes just down to here. So it's probably about 20 inches. And, you know, you can play with it. I don't have this lined up so that it hangs each one exactly as it should. It's, you know, and I could sit here and play with it, but I want to get through the rest of my basket, so I'm not going to bother. But you all know that these usually have a order in which they fall, but you can also do something like that to juice up. So here's what it would look like, and it would come down to right about here. Buy it now for 16. I think it's gorgeous, and it's these are vintage beads with these tiny seed beads that really look like tiger's eye chip, but I can't imagine that they are. I sincerely doubt it. That someone created, and you've got the dark pinks, the light pinks, and almost a lavender, and then the gold flecks. Yeah, I think it's beautiful, and I wore it all the time. Yes, I did. Maxine is wearing it now. Yeah, I like it too a lot, Fuzz. I think it'd be really nice for summer evenings. Thank you. Thank you all for looking. I appreciate it. Remember, anyone who popped in, I don't do recaps. If you're watching on the replay, you have till Monday, the 23rd, to claim it. Fuzz, what are you doing this weekend? I am going to invoice and carry on with as much as I can physically. This inspiration that I have. Fuzz, you notice I'm in a different space. I'm making my vintage space. I need a cover, and this eventually will be like a real closet, but I need a cover across there. And I moved into my office. You're doing a whole lot of nothing. High five, girl. I feel you. Oh, I can relate to that. Okay. These I've had in my box forever. Buy it now. Ooh, wait. Sorry. Somebody yell at me. Clear. Maggie. Now my cat's clawing at my chair because she's mad at the dog. Oh, and they're both waiting for dinner. That's their problem. So these are clip-on. These are late 60s, early 70s. Silver and black rhinestone domed earrings. I love them. Hey, hold on a minute. Hey, Maggie. Good Lord, cats. So the chrome and black effect, and then the rhinestones on the black dome. I think they're so fancy. And if you wear clip-ons, there you are. I mean, boom. I look like I'm on a tropical island. I wish I was. But the other thing you can do with these, here's the back, unclipped, no maker's mark, is shirt collar clips. They're not coming off. They're really, really strong clip-ons. And they are a little less than an inch. Yeah, buy it now for $8. Yeah, hooray for the new space. I have spent the last couple of days really going at it, like just cleaning every surface and moving things around and toting things in and toting things out. And I'm it's got a long way to go. Well, not a long, but it's not quite settled, if you will. Hey, y'all, Tug, get out of here. Leave Maggie alone. Leave her alone. What is wrong with my dog? He's being so rude. They're best friends. And for anyone who doesn't know, they're best friends and they play together a lot, but it's dinner time and she can be a brat. And he is being a brat because, yeah, it's dinner time. Knock it off, you guys. Tug, go on. Go to bed, you guys. Okay, this is a buy it now for $14. Sorry about that. If I could show you what they're doing, I would, but I can't. How interesting. Is that a... Hold on. That's not a name. It's just... Okay. No. So this is a 1950s swedge back. See how the pen goes through? It is dark black, like cornucopia. Silver tone brooch. The black sparkles. It's absolutely beautiful. It's small. I think it's about 1.5 inches. Yeah. It's small but mighty. Buy it now for $14. I'm just finding that the buy it now seems to be easier to put up on the screen than a starting bid because no one's having a bidding war with me. Okay, this is gone. And actually, this one, I'm also going to debate about keeping myself, even though, is that, hope I don't have a bug bite. Sorry. Even though I have so many brooches. I can have some more. Okay. I'm not going to get through this whole basket tonight. There's no way. There is no way. Okay. And what I don't get through is just not going to go on clearance because I can't, you know. Every time I look up, I see a picture of my mom. It's distracting. Okay. This is pinks, creams, whites, and kind of a yellowy and beige natural pearls, all different shapes. So I'm really learning with this new light. You know, this is so, the colors are so blown out. See down here on my arm is correct. But when I get it up here, oh, and that's correct. See, it needs some shadow. That's what's going on. It needs some shadow. It's hand knotted in between. Someone made this because there is that space, but it's $15. So what do you want? It is a magnetic clasp with rhinestones. So, I mean, that tells me, you know, it was made in the 2000s. Boom. Easy on, easy off. I really like it. I think it's really elegant. It matches my skin tones. Looks pretty good on Maxine. Still a little blown out. I'm gonna figure that out. And down to here, this one is about 18 inches. There you go. There's the colors. There's the colors. It's just, pearls are in, pearls are hot, and this piece, based on these different colors, but very light and kind of like petite, would go year-round with anything. And that's what I like about it. It would go with a t-shirt. It would go with a sundress. It would go with your fancy winter celebration, holiday outfit. I mean, it's really your choice. And they are real dyed natural pearls, all different shapes. And because it's magnetic, easy on, easy off. At the end of the night, you don't have to be like, oh my God, help me get this off, right? So there you go. That's what it looks like on Maxine. Remember, I don't do recaps. And these are not coming back. They're going to another place to be sold. Yep. Tug, go to bed. My dog is really annoying. Okay. Thank you for looking at that one. I'm going to do about 5 more pieces. And then I'm going to call it. And the rest of it, I guess the rest of it will just go right onto Whatnot without me showing it to y'all. I don't know. Oh, This, I've brought this many times and just have been completely confused as to why it doesn't sell. It's from the 1950s. This says Germany. Okay. This is a metal with kind of a heavy, it's hard to describe, a heavy paint over the metal. It is a swedge back. There are some online. All of them rotate like this. Okay, that is not a flaw. That is how they were made. It is MCM atomic. Oh, I didn't highlight. What's wrong with me? This one is also 15. This thing is incredible. I have no clue. Look at the metal carving with the colors in the dish, and then the rhinestones really high up on that dome. I don't understand why this hasn't sold. And believe me, I've been asking $25 and $30, and I just don't understand. Now I'm saying buy it now for 15. And it's big. I think it's a 2.5 by, it's 2.5. The dimension is big. It's MCM. It's glorious. In the sun. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Here it is. It's beautiful. That's what I got to tell you. Buy it now, 15. Ooh. Nobody? Okay. It's going to Whatnot. All right. Well, yeah. See, I have to I have limited energy these days, you guys. I used to come on Fridays and stay on for 3 hours. I can't do that anymore. I'm going to ask you all, instead of wasting my time. I showed one Bakelite bracelet for, that's gone, for very inexpensive. This one tests positive for Bakelite. It will sell on Whatnot. It's a smaller size. This is just a fun and funky, like 1970s bubble plastic blue. This is probably an orange Bakelite. I didn't test it. Then you have this oval swirl rope style 1960s 70s cream, and this carved fairy cream 1960s. If anyone's interested in any of these bracelets and you want a price, let me know, because I'm not going to show them all individually. I've shown them many times, and no one's ever really been interested. But I know over on Whatnot, again, the younger crowd is really into these right now. So if you're interested in one in particular, put it in the chat. Otherwise, they're all going over to Whatnot. Yep. Same thing with these two 1970s made in India, excuse me for my voice, brass bracelets. One is thick and one is thin, but is like concave 3D, pushes out. Excuse me. They are both hollow brass, maybe over copper, If anyone's interested in either one of these, let me know. I will take them out of the bag and show you. Otherwise, they're going on Whatnot. But I don't want to, there's something, I want to get through this basket, but I'm just finding that showing all this stuff individually, I've been on almost 2 hours and I've sold 3 items, is not worth my time. Oh, Fuzz, yeah. See, I still, I wear bangles. I will probably be covered in bangles on my deathbed. In fact, I think I'm going to write that in my 5 wishes, that upon my death, I want to be adorned with bangles and flowers in my hair. I don't know. I'm making that up, but maybe I'm not. Okay. Thank you all for looking. I'm trying to work smarter and not harder. And I just, yeah. It's, if you have, like, I'm developing, not only do I have probably impingement in my neck and my lower back, so I'm constantly having pain in my whole body, down my arms and legs to my feet, my hands, with fibromyalgia for 25 years. The other stuff is new. I think I'm also developing arthritis. So yay. It's getting old is not for sissies, man. That's what my dad used to say. And I'm like, yep, you are right. Okay. This is a Monet. Buy it now for $7. That's going to be hard to see. There it is. Monet. Yeah, Fuzz, it's not good. I'm going to get an MRI in 2 weeks on my neck, and then we'll get to my back. And it is a Monet, and it's just this really nice kind of off oval silver tone bracelet. The great thing about things like Monet, Trifari, their metals never turn. This Monet piece was probably 1970s. Yeah, it's hard, Fuzz. It's hard to think about, living in the middle of nowhere and having all that stuff going on. And it doesn't, so this bracelet doesn't quite fit my wrist. So I would say it's a 6.75 to a 7 max. Buy it now, $7. It's very lightweight. Monet. It's really nice. Boom. However, my friend / life partner, it's hard to explain. Anyway, is going to be moving up here, and it wouldn't be any easier necessarily living in the city. It's not like if I lived in the city, I would be driving, up to half an hour to go to a grocery store, depending on where I wanted to shop. Maybe 45 minutes. And hospitals too, depending on where you need to go for tests, whatever. You might drive for 45 minutes to an hour, and then you have to find parking and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's no different here. I have to drive 45 minutes to get over to the big city where all the stuff is. It's just harder on the windy roads, right? But when I'm not driving and doing that, I have the sound of absolute silence. Sometimes I hear the animals, bears, you don't really hear bears. I hear mountain lions, coyotes, I hear the turkeys. And sometimes I hear dogs from the distant neighbors barking at a bear or a deer or whatever. But rarely do I hear a car or an airplane or anything else. And you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Okay, this is not going on sale yet. So it needs to go over here. This is not going on sale yet, so it needs to go over here. This is not going on sale yet. I'm going through my basket and seeing, okay, what's in here, because a lot of it just got left. This is stuff I've shown over the last month, and it's just stuff I want to clear out. And like I said, I'm going to sell it on Whatnot because I know it will sell there. And I will have to pay the fee, but whatever. I need more than one avenue to sell on, and I don't want to do listing. So these are, I'm quite sure, 2000s. The color with this, like lavender purple could be the 90s, but I'm just going to go with the 2000s. They're very lightweight. $3, buy it now. Gold tone. Threaded wire earrings. They're really pretty. They're about 2.5 inches long. They were in a lot of items that I bought. So I didn't want to throw them out, and they're not unattractive, even though they're not vintage. So I thought, why not? Why not? But that, like, right now I hear a blue jay. Right now I hear a blue jay squawking at me. Here you go, one last time. I mean, they're just, whatever they are, they are. But I did not want to just, give them back to Goodwill. And maybe there'll be a giveaway. I think I'll put them over here. And, well, actually, I'll put them down here, and I'll remember. There'll be a Whatnot giveaway. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So, thank you all for looking. Thank you for being here. Please give me a thumbs up and share me out if you can. I'm going to be done in about 20 minutes. I don't do recaps. So, if anyone is... yeah. Buzz. If anyone thinks they might be interested in anything, go back through and drop the item in the chat. Now is the time. Yep, Bluebirds of Happiness, Mockingbirds. I have a video I'm going to upload this weekend of walking on one of the walking trails that my parents built up here that we keep mowed. Beautiful. I just don't do well in the city anymore. I never really did. I've never been a city girl. My nervous system needs quiet. This is a probably 1960s, could be 1950s, small cuff bracelet, silver tone. There is no maker. I love it. It's just simple, almost like, figure 8, infinity. I'm surprised there's not a maker. It's really nice. It doesn't say anywhere silver on it. I love the way it bends. Here's the back. Oh, yeah. Mockingbirds are terrific, right? And they're so pretty with their black and white feathers. You always look at them and like, what is that? And then you're like, oh, yeah, mockingbird. I have lots of acorn woodpeckers. So it just fits on me, but it's a tiny bit tight. So I would like to say that this is a size 7.0. I think it's fantastic. $14, y'all. That's the lowest I've ever brought it. I won't bring it like this again. This is my last clearance day. I do a clearance about every 6 months. And like I said, you can claim up to Monday, June 23rd. And then all of this is being listed on other platforms. Yep. These are not going on sale. I'm literally just in my basket over here. Well, hell and damnation. This is not vintage. Sorry, I said that, didn't I? This is not vintage, but this is, I'm going to see about selling it. Oh, no. And now my ring sizer's on the table over there. For less than I paid. Sorry, Buzz. I usually say heck on YouTube. I don't do that. I paid more than that for this ring. There is a definite shadow. It's very odd to me. Is that better? Maybe. There you go. So this is a Unikite on sterling silver ring. Unikite comes from mainly South Africa. It is like a dark moss green with gold and a pink. The whole thing reminds me of the beach moss. It is sits up very tall. This is sterling silver. It says sterling silver. It's a big ring. Okay, let's see. Take that big ring off. Big. Right? Like big. It is. Well, let's be specific about this piece. It is 1 3/4. Hold on. No, 1.5 long inches. Little more than 1 inch wide. And this is a size, this finger, it's about a size 9. I have if someone is interested and bids on this, yeah, it's about a size 9.5. Fuzz, if you're really interested, I will go get my ring sizer. Fuzz, do you want me to do that? It will take me 30 seconds. I paid $45 for this ring. It's beautiful. And it's a woman or a man. My fingers, I saw this, obviously. I bought it for myself. I have tons of rings. But my fingers are too short. It just doesn't look right. Buzz, if you want me to be absolutely, I think it's a 9.5. But I will, okay. Buzz, you can email me, and if you want, do you want me to email you the size, Buzz? Let me know. Okay? And I totally understand. I'm not offended in any way. I'm just going to make a note here. Email ring size. And then you can think about it, okay? Ring size 2. Fuzz. And I'm just going to mark down that it was $35 Unikite. It's a really great ring. Even though I saw it, it was with a down camera and they didn't put it on their finger, and they actually said it was a size different than what it is, even though they swear they didn't. So whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. We're all done with that. Okay. It is a really good price, and I'm taking a loss, but I can't wear it, and I've brought it many times. So I'm done now. Okay, buy it now, $6. And I'm going to bring, 3 more things after this, maybe. These are your typical, 1950s. They are like a dark navy blue. Hold on. Filled with gold flecks and red and blue and light blue and a little bit of white clip-on earrings. There you go. See that? Okay. With this ring light, it took a second to focus also. So there's the two together. There's the back. I have a feeling about these, but I'm not going to get into great detail because I've been on for a while and I'm done. I love these. They stand up. Let's see if they glow. Here is the back. Of course, they're both different because it's hand poured. Oh, yeah. Yep. Lucite. See the green? Whoa. Where'd I go? Sorry. I lost you. Yep. See the green in there? Yep. So, again, if you don't have ears for clip-on earrings, these are smaller. They're about maybe almost 2/3 of an inch shirt clips. Yep. So there's one, and then this one is different. And I can't tell you if that's like, I think it's just gold foil. I don't think it's the real 24 karat gold that you put, over things that you make like mirrors, gilded. It's not, I don't think it's gilding. But I think they're really fun. I'll tell you that. Okay. Buy it now, 6. All right. So where'd the other one go? Up here. I appreciate everyone that's here. If you could give me a thumbs up and or even just subscribe, that would be fabulous. And you know what? I'm going to show one more item and then I'm going to feed me and my animals. And because I'm good with that. Anyone have something they would really like to see? Okay. How about these? How about this? That's how about these? These are really old. I love them. And I don't know. I do know that I can't keep running a business if I don't actually sell anything. So that I know. And, I did, in all fairness, I did take, 2.5 months off after my father died at the beginning of March. So I kind of lost my, I used to have over 200 people by the time I was done with my Friday nights during my sale. And nowadays, no. And the economy has changed. But nonetheless, I have been mystified at not selling. So these are not showing well. They are pierced earrings. They are either green glass or jade. They are very old. I'm sure that this filigree work was electroplated gold. Actually, they are pierced earrings. They are very tiny. I think they're from the 70s, and they're dark green, but the light makes them show up. Yeah, it's really hard to see, Fuzz. I am totally right there with you. There you go. They're tiny, tiny. That's another reason that makes it so hard to see, is they're so tiny. And then they keep wobbling around. Let's see if I can do something about that. There you go. So see the cutout, and then at the bottom it comes to a point. Kind of reminds me of European, Italian, not India so much, more kind of European. And you see what I mean by like electroplated gold? Now, the green, yeah, I know, Fuzz, it's not. The green glass or jade is covered in the back, and it's, see, this is see-through. It's covered in the back, so that makes it even more likely to me, and I do not have a Presidium. I can't afford $350 to get one, that this is jade and not glass, because I think if it was glass, there would have left open on the back to let the light shine through. There is no light shining through, and yet you still pop off with all that shine. So my camera just adjusted itself. And they're tiny. I mean, they are tiny. Look at that. You can't even see that over there. They're so small. I would go with barely half an inch long. But I think they're gorgeous. So, Buzz. Yeah. At any rate, $17 for these. They are at least 50 years old. I'd say that's not too shabby. I just was watching Friends last night, which I do a lot when I'm falling asleep. I just put on Friends. It's like background noise. Otherwise, I put on podcasts I listen to. And Rachel and Ross, if anyone knows the plot to Friends, she had gone to try to stop him from getting married. And so then she wound up going on his honeymoon with the wife that it didn't, she ran away and was mad at him. And she went to Greece or whatever. And she came back and she was pretending she wasn't mad at him. And he said, "Really, you're not upset that I didn't get on the flight and I just abandoned you there?" And she said, "No. Heck, I went to Greece. Not too shabby for Rachel." So that, Buzz, there you go. So you may know what I'm talking about. Not too shabby for Rachel. Oh my God. Anyway, y'all, unless anyone wants to come in at this moment because they rewatched some of it and say, "Hey, I'm really interested in such and such an item." I have been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I have sold 3 items in a clearance sale with dirt cheap prices. Buzz, that's hilarious. I love that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to close the sale. I will be invoicing over the weekend for the last 2 weeks, and this sale because I didn't do anything on Monday. And I will have a sale this Monday, household and vintage jewelry, not clearance. And then Wednesday, I'm going to be on with Sabrina and Kat on Sabrina's channel. Simon says, let's make a deal. I've been invited. So I'm really excited about that. And then I'll have my Friday vintage jewelry show and tell, not a clearance. So if you are interested in any of the things that I have been bringing and you want to come to a show and tell, or, come check out what I bring as vintage household, and come check me out on Sabrina and Kat's channel, and please check them out. Please do. Okay. I love you all. I know, Fuzz. It was amazing that I was invited. I was like, what? Of course I'll come on with y'all. Okay, my animals are hungry. My cat is now over there on my printer. She's about to get on the computer. So thank you all for coming. You can claim here at these prices until Monday, the 23rd. And these items are never coming back that I just showed. Love you all. I will see you somewhere this weekend, probably. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.